You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Every day is a new choice. We make our beds and we lie in them. Who do you want to lay down with? Choose wisely. Met you on Friday, picked you up on Saturday. Sunday night you calling me over and over and over again, telling me that you're ready to rock me steady, rock steady. I got you so addicted, I should've never let you taste my love, my love. Damn right I wanna see you again, but I'm not ready for no love affair. Still you ask me what is happening, when I told you that my heart wasn't there. I handle business on the weekday, but you can have me on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Take it from me, from me, from me. Take it from me, from me, from me. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Take it from me, from me, from me. Gonna be hard. Take it from me, from me, from me. Oh. Damn right I wanna see you again, but I'm not ready for no love affair. And still you ask me what is happening, when I told you that my heart wasn't there. I handle business on the weekday, but you can have me on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to wait. Take it from me, baby. Take it from me, take it from me, take it from me, baby. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Don't wanna leave me alone. From me, from me. Take it from me, from me, from me. Oh.
Are you in need of some tattoo therapy? Visit Studio 219 for your next tattoo or piercing. Studio 219 is located at 1900 Piedmont Road in Atlanta, just 1 mile from the Lindbergh train station. Studio 219 is open Monday through Saturday from 12 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and closed every Sunday. Book your appointment today by visiting www.studio219ink.com. That's studio219inc.com. Make sure to follow 219 on Instagram for promotions and specials at Studio219ink. Studio 219. Let us fix your creative itch.
Way down in the valley deep is a bastard child from the belly of the beast. Going bar to bar all across the land. All the women call him Mr. Country Man. I've been drinking, state to state, bar to bar. Drinking, I drive big truck, fast cars. I smoke, California country band. All the women call me the Lord. When you see the booze knocking, then you hear the whiskey pouring. See a stallion looking out and screaming, oh my darling. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, baby, I'm hard. Got a plan for the future, she will see me in the morning. Driving like you're dancing on the pool, my darling. Trying to pull up on my Jack Daniel whiskey, I'm pouring. Bar land, say the country man touring. I'm a rolling stone, I'll be gone for the morning. Way down in the valley deep is a bastard child from the belly of the beast. Going bar to bar all across the land. All the women call him Mr. Country Man. Country Man. Way down in the valley deep is a bastard child from the belly of the beast. Going bar to bar all across the land. All the women call him Mr. Country Man. Seen a room 2 days ago, had to beg my pardon. Round for round we throw him down, screaming, oh my darling. And a girl had a friend and she think I'm awesome. Like my deer in the headlight and I'm playing possum. Drinking, take some shots, put naked in the booth. Country man gotta leave in the morning. Drinking, take some shots, put naked in the booth. Country man gotta leave in the morning. Way down in the valley deep is a bastard child from the belly of the beast. Going bar to bar all across the land. All the women call him Mr. Country Man. Way down in the valley deep is a bastard child from the belly of the beast. Going bar to bar all across the land. All the women call him Mr. Country Man.
Hey Alexa, play hits 92.3 ATL.
I get the back with a roll of the green. When I'm dressing low and 3.5 doesn't make me a fiend. Have you ever seen me tree free? No, I needed to breathe and I needed to function. I roll out before work, that's how I keep my habits funded. I get the back with a roll of the green. When I'm dressing low and 3.5 doesn't make me a fiend. Have you ever seen me tree free? No, I needed to breathe and I needed to function. I roll out before work, that's how I keep my habits funded.
Love it when you ride around and then call me girl. You know you got options in your phone. Some for the texting, some for caressing. You call me when stressing, girl. Wanna sit back and watch you roll it up and get high, but wanna see how close we can get from touching the sky, but you knowing that the boy is really feeling you. Roll it past it, banging, now it's time for round 2. Twisted fingers like we banging, I just roll 2. Don't treat her like she famous, so she comfortable. For you, girl, I'ma do whatever I gotta do. Girl, you're better than Detroit playing at 92.
Frankie, baby. I get the back with a roll of the green. When I'm dressing low and 3.5 doesn't make me a fiend. Have you ever seen me tree free? No, I needed to breathe and I needed to function. I roll out before work, that's how I keep my habits funded. I get the back with a roll of the green. When I'm dressing low and 3.5 doesn't make me a fiend. Have you ever seen me tree free? No, I needed to breathe and I needed to function. I roll out
let that gas up. That should keep me far from problems. I just need it in a bag. Now I'm gone up in a spaceship. Don't know when I'm coming back. You can't find me, see you later. I don't see you on the roster. Get away from me if you ain't on the team. No, it can't hang. You try to smoke for free. Already got pounds like dispensary. Smoking out loud, so I don't hear a thing. Niggas be talking like they really smoking. If that were true, wouldn't even be talking. I got that shit, might put you in a coma. Call my shit Batman, you smoking that Joker. I could never slow up, roll up, I don't pull up. Ain't no need for lean when I'm on the dojo. My weed super clean, really know a grower. Don't know what I mean, something you ain't knowing. No, I don't care about what you be on. I'm rolling up here and how my dogs. Don't get the picture, you hit and record. We ain't the same, you can't enter my fortress.
I get the backwood and roll up the green. When I'm stressing, blowing 3.5 doesn't make me a fiend. Have you ever seen me tree free? No, I needed to breathe and I needed to function. I roll up before work, that's how I keep my habits funded. I get the backwood and roll up the green. When I'm stressing, blowing 3.5 doesn't make me a fiend. Have you ever seen me tree free? No, I needed to breathe and I needed to function. I roll up before work, that's how I keep my habits funded. Know the world is crazy and sometimes it makes you sick. You gotta medicate. Do it for them haters, that's forever on your dick. You gotta medicate. Cause I done heard and seen and been through some shit I can't believe ever happened. But shit, it did, and now my mind's gone. My mind's gone with the wind. My mind's gone. I get the backwood and roll up the green. When I'm stressing, blowing 3.5 doesn't make me a fiend. Have you ever seen me tree free? No, I needed to breathe and I needed to function. I roll up before work, that's how I keep my habits funded. I get the backwood and roll up the green. When I'm stressing, blowing 3.5 doesn't make me a fiend. Have you ever seen me tree free? No, I needed to breathe and I needed to function. I roll up before work, that's how I keep my habits funded.
Body image and positivity are major impacts in today's society. At Nurse to Beauty, we believe in bringing the beauty from within to the forefront. For those of you who are planning to have cosmetic surgery, Nurse to Beauty is ready and available for all of your postoperative needs. My name is Dontricia Dunham, and I am the registered nurse and owner. I have over 10 years of experience with emergency medicine that has aided me in giving quality medical care for cosmetic surgery clients. We specialize in a number of safe and effective options and solutions to help you achieve your ideal body image. Have a one-on-one virtual consultation via phone or private suite location. Have your lymphatic therapies and all other postoperative needs performed by a licensed medical professional. Mobile postoperative services are also available upon request. Not interested in cosmetic surgery at this time? No worries. We also provide an array of body modification services to fulfill all of your beauty enhancement requests. We understand how costly aftercare can be after a cosmetic surgery. Ask about our affordable payment plans today with instant approval and no hard credit check. Log on to www.nurse2beauty.com for more information. Call or text 404-849-0260. For education, client transformations, and reviews, follow all of our social medias at Nurse to Beauty. See you next time.
Hey, yo, Ray, turn that up.
Yes, sir. Slip it. Yeah. All that. Oh, just a little bit. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Trying to move just a. Hey. Hey. I'm trying to move just a little bit. Hey. I'm trying to move just a little bit. Hey. I got the tools, yeah, a little bit. Hey. Yeah, move just a little bit. Hey. Heard me beat down your block. Hey. Hey. Pulling up with the block. Hey. I'm trying to move just a little bit. Hey. Trying to move just a little bit.
I'm no one's favorite, but they all know me, they all hate it. They don't love me. They don't think I never make it. I'm really gon' rap this time. I'm really gon' black this time. Yeah, yeah. Give me that beat that's mine. I'm really gon' snap this time. Yeah, yeah. I'ma kill half of you niggas with half of these lines for half of my verses. I'm only 6 bars in and all of my niggas preparing their hearses. These hoes be knowing these niggas is bitches like, man, they wearing their purses. When niggas is crying around somebody, I'm sorry, I can't disperse it. I'm not a holy man. I'm not a holy man. Last time I show mercy, cause my 9 jam. Put that on my mama and my VA fam. I'ma give them hell until my time stamp. Yeah, I'm tryna move just a little bit. Just got the pack, I dish it off like a tool. Yeah, Slick is not new to this. Know that I'm true to this. No, this not the movie. This is Tales from the 7 kid.
Hey, I'm tryna move just a little bit. Hey, I'm tryna move just a little bit. Hey, I got the tools, yeah, a little bit. Hey, yeah, move just a little bit. Hey, bring me beat down your block. Hey, pulling up with the block. Hey, tryna move just a little bit. Hey, tryna move just a little bit.
Every time I hit the studio, I make it hit, bruh. I really can't miss, bruh. I'm curry with the shits, bruh. Most you niggas watching me, I'm heavy as it gets, bruh. They gon' see my point if niggas cut me out the picture. Boy, I'm cemented. Nigga, I'm a fixture, and I'm demented. Yeah, you know the scripture. I'm repented. God made this a venture. I just pray my haters drop dead. That would be simpler. Said to say my mind gone stuck in different time zones. By committing crimes, I might cut off both my iPhones. I told my horse to get on the shit that I'm on. You can take the edge off, but always keep your grind on. Yeah, I'm tryna move just a little bit. Just got the pack, I dish it off like a tool. Yeah, Slick is not new to this. Know that I'm true to this. No, this not the movie. This is Tales from the 7 kid.
Hey, I'm tryna move just a little bit. Hey, I'm tryna move just a little bit. Hey, I got the tools, yeah, a little bit. Hey, yeah, move just a little bit. Hey, bring me beat down your block. Hey, pulling up with the block. Hey, tryna move just a little bit. Hey, tryna move just a little
I'ma
bit.
make moves until I'm all out of touch, yeah. See me with the crew, we gon' bubble till it bust, yeah. I don't plan to lose, nothing on my niggas clutch, yeah. I don't plan to lose, nothing on my niggas clutch, yeah. I'ma make these moves until I'm all out of touch, yeah. See me with the crew, we gon' bubble till it bust, yeah. I don't plan to lose, nothing on my niggas clutch, yeah. I don't plan to lose, nothing on my niggas clutch, yeah. You know what I mean?
Hey hustlers, ready to level up your wardrobe? Check out All Hustle, No Fear, the brand that keeps your grind strong and fearless. From our stylish hoodies to trendy t-shirts to our motivational mugs, we've got you covered. And for a limited time only, grab your exclusive Jesus Drugs Only hoodies.
Weed is good all the time, and all the time weed is good. Hashtag A-Gram.
Don't wait. Visit allhustlenofear.com and gear up today. Show the world you hustle hard and fear nothing. All Hustle, No Fear. Wear your ambition. Shop now at www.allhustlenofear.com.
I just want to run my business and do relationship with my friends, and that's it. That's it. That's it.
You are now tuned in to All Hustle and No Fear with your girl, the Hood Unicorn. Come on, let's go.
Back against the wall, last name against the rope. Middle finger stretched if you thinking it's a joke. Tell my friend I'm about to blow, 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 about to blow.
Say Sterling, you see they gonna hate, you understand me? I'm backstage at a show and this nigga, he mad than the motherfucker. Motherfucker went on before we did. He on the phone talking to his girl. I was like, ain't got down in it. Man. Matter of fact, bro, he did some shit like that. He said some shit like this.
Some nigga named him. Some nigga named him. Jay came out the blue. Jay came out the blue. Nigga stole our show. Stole our show. Now what we gonna do? Now what we gonna do?
Shit, nigga, let's jump.
Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. You don't wanna do that, fo. He the one that brought out a hoe. Plus the team too deep. Too deep anyway. anyway. Too deep anyway. That too I tried. They're having field day. Some nigga named him. Jay came out the blue. Nigga stole our show. Now what we gonna do?
Yeah. Sky people cheap, come in peace, bang, who shot ya? The one that told your mama, oh, it's cool, I'm a doctor. The one that told your brother, hell is pray with your papa. The one that told your sister, come here, girl, and I got you, then pop. The white niggas off the scene, if you're up at my lead, just cheering for me. Then show up at your bay house, girl, gon' taste these cheering for me. Can I get a ticket to your show? Will it? Hell no. But you can get a ticket to this dick, though. She like, babe, I really wanna hear Will flow. I forgot how a real nigga spit, though. Dear world, what happened to your incredible nigga? Incredible nigga used to be credible nigga. The credible nigga turning an edible nigga. He was a edible nigga, now he a vegetable nigga. He brain dead nigga, lost like fuck, ain't know what to do. When they heard Johnny 5 for the first time. Little nigga can't see me on this dope shit. Ask for real and Robert, think about these blurred lines. Ask Kipper to you every day, why niggas hate? And Kipper look a nigga dead in the face. Say some real shit like they hate what they can't shake. What you get for being great, you had it coming from the gate. You can take it like a hoe, take it like a bitch, or show these niggas you ain't the one to be fucking with. I said cool, so it's killing with the flow, or sing to your chick. Text to the birds, now she singing on my dick. Ain't no need of being mad. What your ass need to do is be ready. How the woman skitty pants as the fans be the realest in the room. Rock and roll's coming soon. This nigga named Hen. I just came out the blue, yeah. I just stole your show, yeah. So tell me what you gon' do.
Now what we gonna do?
Oh, you say you gon' join me? Wait, hold up. You don't wanna do that, folk?
He the one that brought out a hoe.
Yeah. Plug my team too deep.
What's the team too deep?
Too deep anyway. That too I tried. They're having field day. This nigga named Hen. I just came out the blue. I just stole your show. Shit, what you gonna do? I'll wait. Yeah. I ain't gonna worry my mind. Nigga wouldn't even do it for the vine. Goddamn.
Good morning. How y'all doing out there? It's your girl Sunshine Reigns, aka Griselda Blanca, aka You Need a Motivator, aka the Party Starter. But you tune in each and every morning because I am your hood unicorn. I'm here to wake you up with positivity, motivation, current events, and a ton of laughter. I want to go ahead and get the day started because I've got a conversation that I want to have with you guys, and I just really want to see where y'all brain is at and see if I'm thinking on a level that makes sense to you, right? Because I started this conversation with Stoner and then end up having it with my dad, the mayor. I'll always drop that plug. I swear to God, y'all could be like, I am so lame for always talking about my dad is the mayor. But until your dad is a mayor, you don't understand. Like, I'm so proud of my daddy. So whatever. Anyways, I was talking to my daddy, the mayor, about my idea, and he thought it was like the premise of where I'm going with it was really good. And I also talked to one of my brothers who's in real estate and who's just all around really good guy. He's also in the military, so he can see things from different strategic points. And he thought the idea was good. So I want to come on here today and just kind of have an open discussion with you guys. I will drop the link in the comment section or whatnot, so that if you want to talk to me and tell me what you think or whatnot, you're more than welcome to join the conversation. Please make sure you have your clothes on. Don't play with me, y'all. I always give that little disclaimer, but we haven't had that problem in a long time. Okay, so y'all know I be smoking them reefers, right? And so you got two kind of type of people out there. You got people who kind of smoke reefers and they veg out and they be like, y'all call them potheads or whatever. But you also have the really intelligent smokers who smoke and they read, or they smoke and they're doing research, or they, whatever, right? So I'm sitting up here doing one of my breaks, and I'm doing research for the show to try to figure out what I want to talk about. And the Alcatraz the alligator Alcatraz just keeps coming up, and my brain is starting to put together these different connections. And I said, y'all just scooping people up off the street at this point, right? Like, let's be honest. This isn't about criminals. They're not scooping up cartel members. They're not scooping up homeless people. They're not scooping up real criminals. The people that we see them taking are people who are at work. They are raiding job sites. Okay, if you're raiding a job site, these people that are at work probably have a home to go to, right? They have houses. A lot of people probably paying mortgages on those houses. What happens to those homes? What happens to those properties? What happens to their stuff? So when I was having a conversation with Stoner, I was just really putting it together, and I was like, I see this as a redistribution of wealth. And the reason why I see this as a redistribution of wealth, whether it came up from on top or not, and they knew that this was going to have a trickle down effect, and this is what they were seeing as the premise or whatever, and a lick, as we call it in the community, because that's what I saw it as. I was like, this about to be a lick though. Because think about it. If you know your neighbor hasn't been back for a while, that they were Hispanic, that there's a chance that they got deported or scooped up by immigration or whatever, now that house is going to be on the market within the next 3 to 4 months or whatever. It's going to go into foreclosure, right? This is a way for you to get property cheap. Or because I am from Atlanta, and whether you want to believe it or not, if you from Atlanta, you got a little bit of Scamville in you. Whether you act on it or not, you still think like an Atlanta person sometimes. Don't act like you don't. Shout it. Again, if my neighbor just got deported or just got scooped up or whatever by ICE, and I know this because the neighborhood talks, right? What's stopping me from running in their house now and taking all their stuff? Better yet, like what Stoner said, because I said, okay, I would start watching the pawn shops because of that. The pawn shops are about to start having a whole lot of stuff in it. And then Stoner even brought it up too. He said, but you thinking about the people who getting deported. What about the people who are moving, who are doing it before it happens? So they're deciding to either self-deport or they're deciding to immigrate to somewhere else, right? So what about those people that are packing up and leaving? You can't carry all that stuff. So they'll be taking their stuff to the pawn shops. The pawn shop about to be a lick, y'all. Tools, TVs, jewelry. People need money quick. Got to get out the country. Got to get out the state. Got to move their stuff. The word tsunami means, I think it roughly translates to, like, let me find out what it means because I don't want to do that wrong. But basically, there's this thing where there's a belief where in tragedy, in crisis, there's always a way to win or to find a way to, succeed or grow or find a lick, as they say, right? Was this an intentional plan? Because that lady just said on her Instagram or on her TikTok or whatever that the alligators now can have, what she say, 60 million meals or 30 million meals or something like that. And somebody was like, y'all do realize that that's the population of the Latino community in America. Like, she basically just said, let's feed all of the brown people to the alligators, right? What if, because cars, what happens to all the cars? All these people that y'all are deporting and y'all snatching up, what happens to their cars? What happens to all of that wealth? And you're not just going to tell me that it's just going to sit there. No, somebody is going to find a way to make money off of this situation. Am I the only one who's thinking like this? Is this my Atlanta scammer Scamville coming in? Because when I talked to the mayor was like, no, I think you have a point here. I really do. I think there's something here to think about. And though it might not, no, I can't say that because it's definitely nefarious. It's nefarious all the way around because you shouldn't have picked up these people from the first place. You shouldn't have gone to these people's jobs and interrupted their life in the first place. You shouldn't be picking people up from schools and churches in the first place. Like, you shouldn't have to worry about going home and getting stopped at a traffic stop or going to work or going to the grocery store and being kidnapped and being dropped off somewhere in the Everglades of Florida. And you don't get a chance to say bye to your family, fix your affairs. Like, this is asinine to me and it's crazy. But there are trickle down effects to this. There are other things that are going to happen because of this. And I'm just wondering, like, how is the housing market about to be affected by so many people being deported or detained? And some of them are citizens, but they are immigrants who are doing it the right way, right? Because look, let's be honest, just because I'm an immigrant, that don't mean my spouse is. So I'm still paying for this house. I'm still doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm still paying taxes. I'm still feeding into the community and stuff like that. I don't understand. I saw somebody was on here, but I was still trying to get out my point. So that's the only reason why I didn't say anything but to you yet. But if you want to come back in, please do. Before hey Fred, yeah, if you want to come back and talk, come back, Fred, please. But for everybody else that's out there who's listening and just, hearing what I have to say. I mean, think about it. The steps of the courthouse, the flash sales, the flash from the foreclosures, the short sales, not flash sales, the short sales from the foreclosures. It's going to probably be a lot more of those. And this is one of those times where I was like, I really wish I had disposable income or I had capital to be able to see what's about to happen and be able to capitalize. And I know that sounds bad because it's like, why would you capitalize on people's hardships and stuff like that? And no, I'm not trying to capitalize. I don't want what's happening to them to happen. When things happen, things happen. I don't know how to say that without sounding like an asshole, but this is America. Big Red is here, and you are one of the people that I was hoping was going to click the link. And please click the link, Big Red, because I want to know what you think about what I'm thinking about. I want to know if you thought about it, or now that I've said it, if it makes sense or whatever. I'd really like your opinion, Big Red. Fred is back. Big Red says the greatest come ups from history come from tragedy. The housing market is already in shambles. This will give the state new inventory on properties, or it will give those big corporations that's been buying up properties new property, and it's not going to help. That's the other thing that I'm afraid of. So because there's people out there like me who see it and who want to be able to capitalize on the tragedy or whatnot, we don't have the income. But those big corporations that are buying up all the houses that are owning, y'all don't realize how much of China really does own a lot of property in the United States, and not just property but our farmland as well. Those are going to be the people. I think those are going to be the ways that is gonna get it the most. Fred, if you're there, I want to add you to the stage, but I don't see you yet, and I got to see you before I can add you. It's just a policy I have. I need to make sure you're dressed and everything before I add you on the screen. So As soon as you're ready to come back, Fred, I'll bring you on the screen. We can converse. Teacher Nitra said, but it's the wrong way to do it. The greedy raise the prices and we still have to pay for it. Yeah. Like I said, it was one of those things that I was sitting here and I was just contemplating, and it was going through my head like, so what happens to this stuff, right? Like all of these cars, they're about to be repossessed if people owe on them. If they don't owe on them, you can't just, what is it? No, that's a house. You can't just give somebody a house. But with the cars, okay, you can't just take the car either because you need the pink slip for the car. Like, how is this going to work, people? Okay, that's cool. You can come on for it, but I still need to see you. Yeah, I still need to see you. Like, your screen is black. It just has the black circle. I still need to see your face before I bring you onto the screen. That's all I'm saying. I'm ready to add you in if you're ready to speak, but there's no way for me to add you without like to be audio. There's no way for you to be audio without it coming up and it's seeing on the screen. And so if you turn your camera on at any moment and it's something that we're not supposed to see, you can mess up my feed. And so I just refuse to let people come on if I can't see you in the back So, and I can't answer the phone. So that's the only way we can do it. All right. So you either got to, if you don't want to be seen, you got to turn on the camera. Otherwise I can't do it. Sorry. I got to protect my feed, bruh. I learned that the hard way. Ask me about it later one time and I'll tell you what happened before, and I just not doing that again. But yeah, so that was just something that I was contemplating on. Big Red, do you think that there will be some laws put in place that prevent I don't know, because it's so weird, because you have people who are being deputized as ICE. And so if they're being deputized as ICE agents or whatnot, there's so much targeting that can happen as well. Hey Fred, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Hey, I just called in on the computer because sometimes the static can be messing up on the phone, and I ain't got no camera on the computer. But this is my phone right here. I'm
I
on.
see you. You good. What's up?
Okay, I thought you couldn't hear me clear enough, so that's why I had to call in on the computer, man. You know, I only got audio on the computer. I got my microphone to the computer, so you still talk to me like that, even though when I turn my camera on the computer.
We good. Go ahead.
Cause I ain't got no camera on the computer.
So
I just got the microphone to the computer.
It's okay. So tell me
Okay.
what your comment.
Okay. I heard they was shutting down Kroger's and stuff like that. It's just because of Trump, man. Because Trump trying to stop a lot of things, man.
Like, stay on. Hey, wait a minute. We talking about Kroger later on in the day. Stay on topic. I'm talking about people being deported and the redistribution of their assets.
Okay, well, I will call back in later about the Kroger thing. I got you.
Okay. Okay, bet. Because I am talking about Kroger today. So come back when I talk about Kroger.
Let me let you stay on topic. Let me let you stay on topic. Let me let you
my
get back
ADHD won't let me change topics.
Yes, ma'am. I got you. I'm gonna go back down.
Okay,
yes,
bet. Okay. We got Big Red in the house. What's up, Big Red?
What's up, lady?
Okay, so this is my pothead topic.
It's actually not.
And I was, I was contemplating on the reefers, and I was just thinking about how this might be a redistribution of wealth within the United States. And my mind also was correlating this to in the early settlement of America, right? So I think it was like Oklahoma, Kentucky, Wyoming type area. After they killed out all the Indians and after they, killed all the buffalo and took all that land or whatever, what they did was they redistributed that stolen land to Caucasian people, to Caucasian sharecroppers. They had short sales where, they would run the fields and stake out the plots that they wanted and pay for the plots and stuff. How is this any different? You are rounding up people. You are killing off a particular subset of your country or your population, and then what happens to that property that they own? What happens to their land? What happens to their businesses? What happens to their assets and their properties? What happens to all of their stuff? It has to be redistributed. How is that going to work? What does that look like? That was the question that my smoker's brain asked me. So I got a show, and we don't have to talk about passport bro shit. So what's up?
It's a great question. It's not a smoker's brain question. It's a question that a lot of people who have been paying attention to housing markets and properties since the 2007 crash and whatnot, when that bubble bursted, this was going to happen again. It's been accelerated if you've paid attention to Project 2025 or Project 2030, Project 225, and if you pay attention to who owns a large percentage of the world, we're talking about land. That would be BlackRock. BlackRock owns almost 80% of Atlanta. I know that's where you live, but think about it like this. BlackRock owns almost 67% of all of the United States. So when you start throwing in what's going on with ICE and our brown brothers and sisters, you have to take into account that this redistribution is not really a redistribution. This was going to happen regardless. If you go on any government website as far as your state, there is a spot on that. It should be there's a tab on there on each state. Every state has it, where there are properties that are up for sale just because of property taxes that have not been paid.
Okay, so guess what I said to my brother, because he does property and buying stuff. I said, so what stops a person for getting either the deportation list or getting a detainee list, and then cross-referencing that with property taxes and who's paying the property tax? All you got to do is sit up there and wait. You just got to wait for that property to go up for sale or that property to go on foreclosure, because you already know this person is detained. There's no way that they're going to be able to pay on that property. Or if they're the head of household, it's less likely that the person that's still there in the property will be able to pay for that property. So you can do one of two things: wait for it to foreclose, or be like those people who come in and be like, I know you can't afford it. I'm going to buy it for pennies on the dollar right under you, like right here from you. So you ain't even got to worry about the foreclosure.
No, that's everything you said is factual. Like, that's already in motion. There are companies, there are literally hundreds of companies that are going up every month since 2022 that this is what they do. They're literally called scavengers. They go into these properties, they go into, and like, this is where the elderly, like, you have to check on your people. Like, if you got older people and they're not as coherent, they're getting these calls from these companies. And these people are calling, hey, we'll buy your property from you. This way you don't have to worry about property tax, blah, 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 blah. We'll pay you this. It'll be this simple. And what they do is they simply come in and they will swoop up a whole neighborhood within a 1 to 2 week period, not realizing that not only is, if Margaret, who lives next door, sells her property for 60 cents on the dollar, she's lowering the property value of all the houses around. Now, the major problem that we have right now is people under the age of 40, they don't look at buying a house as a priority.
No. Do you know what the national average is for first-time home buyers?
Yeah, I know.
What is it?
It's actually the age, or the
age.
Oh, the age is 31.
51.
51?
The national average for a home buyer in 2025 is 51.
Oh my
for
goodness.
a first-time home buyer.
That's scary.
That is so scary. And the only reason why I
That
know
means it's
this
dumped.
was because I did a motivation a couple of weeks ago where I was like, it's okay if you haven't reached the milestones that we were told we were supposed to reach because the goalpost has been changed. You know what I mean? And on average, like, yeah, there are people out here. Like, this is one thing too that y'all got to realize. A lot of people aren't telling y'all what they're doing and how they're doing it. Some of these people, they got these real nice high rises, but it's on the CPN. It's not even under they real social security number. Like, people is flogging. Okay, look at the back of people's license plates in Atlanta. People driving around and the tag ain't their birthday month. The tag
That's
ain't their
crazy.
birthday month. And if you don't understand what that means in Atlanta or in Georgia, your tag is the month of your birthday. It's not the month of the that you purchased the vehicle. So if the tag isn't your birthday month, it's either somebody else's name is on that vehicle, or which usually is the issue, they're driving a rent-a-car. They're driving a rent-a-car. So that Tesla that they're riding around in, that whatever, that big body Benz that you thinking he all this, that, and the third, it's not even his. It's a rental. It's a rental. These people living in these houses, they can't afford these houses. They don't have no heat on. They got this big house and no heat or no furniture. Like, only one room is has furniture in it. That's the room
Man.
they stay in. But they got these big houses. Like, don't let these people convince you that, it's all sweet for everybody. It's not. Some of us out here are, teetering on we okay, but we ain't okay. It's a lot of people who can't buy a house.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people who can't buy a house.
So it was
51 is the national average right now.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say 2018. We purchased me and my grandfather. We purchased some property, and the average age for first time home buyers was 31 and a half. That's why I'm surprised that it jumped that much. But at the same time, I'm not, because renting has become the numbers are going to, like, every month, Sunshine, since last year, they are going through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
That's why in my own case, like, as far as my portfolio, I'm looking for rental properties. I'm not looking to buy another house. I'm not looking to buy more houses. I'm actually looking for something that multifamily, multiple doors. I'm looking for, that's why I was looking for property in Georgia. Like, there was,
Mm-hmm.
at a certain point, it was like, okay, buy the land or buy something that's already built.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where you run into the issue that we have right now. With what you're saying, believe it or not, it's actually still relatively small number as far as the properties that are being allocated and redistributed back to the state. What we have is, you're not taking into account, a lot of these people aren't looking at these certain states: Texas, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Arizona, and Southern California. The reason I'm mentioning those states, each one of these states has their own set of laws when it comes to, um oh, what is it called? It's not loitering. It's basically when people move onto the
Oh, that was
property.
the other part. No. Um,
It's right on tip of my tongue.
Squatting. That was going to be the
Squatting.
other thing that I was going to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because okay, now if let's say these people get deported out or whatever, right? Or let's just say they get detained, right? If
Yes.
somebody knows that you ain't been in your house for a while and now they start squatting in your house, you can't get them out. You can't
Yes.
get them out. You once
And that,
they there for 30 days, it's a wrap. That's their spot. You can't even go in there and change the locks. You can't fight them. You can't nothing. You got to out squat a squatter. Yeah, that was
yeah.
the other one. The other part of it that I was like, that was my scammer brain. I was still thinking on, legal ways. But the scammer in me was like, heck yeah. Heck yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man, it's getting to a point where, like, Texas just passed a few laws. Basically, you'd have to get the sheriffs in your county to come with you to remove that person. California just passed something to the point where it's actually going against what the insurance is claiming. Now, here's what a lot of people don't realize about California. They have gotten rid of fire
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
and natural
Disasters.
disaster insurance as
Payouts.
far as
Yep.
as
And
far as payouts.
also they've also gotten rid of payouts for things like war.
Yes.
So if we go to war, if your place gets bombed or shot up or anything like that, insurance ain't paying for that. Insurance said, nah, we not doing that because what's about to happen is imminent. Just oh goodness, my scalp is starting to itch again. Y'all know I try to work on that, but it does whenever something just
Yeah.
oh
I would say
yeah.
if you got about, this is for anybody listening, if you got about 10 grand right now and just go onto your state website, you could probably buy anywhere from, I'd say, 5 to 12 properties. And we're not talking about no $30,000 properties. We're talking a couple $100,000 right now. Right now. That's where when I was 19, I bought my first property off the state website. I bought a small little 3-bedroom house, bought it for 18 grand, sold it for 108. I was 19 when I did that.
Man,
That site.
when we think about the things that we could do if we could do them over again, you know what I mean? Like I know that I was a late bloomer. I know that, it took me a little bit to get to where I am, and I'm okay with that because everybody's journey is the journey that they need to go on. I'm hoping that the world isn't destroyed before I can use this information that I've collected. And every day it's like, all right, we made it through another day. I get another chance before they mess this all up. But no, I really did just see this as something I wanted to just have a little, what do y'all think about this type of question? We're really looking at, you're watching history in real time. How
Mhm.
this is depicted in the future is just going to be based upon who wins. You know what I mean? Who wins the media, who wins the overview, the people who are walking around like us that actually are living through it will be able to tell y'all, nah, your history book is wrong. That's not how it really happened. Or let me tell you about the little pockets of things that were happening around the country that forced this to happen. Being a part of history right now and actually understanding the things that I read in my history book and why I had to read those things, it makes it, y'all, I'm telling you, it's in plain sight, but you don't recognize it until it starts to manifest itself in real life. Reading history and experiencing history are two completely different things.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we're currently experiencing history. I said on my Instagram on my Facebook a couple of days ago, and a couple of people reposted it, but I was like, do y'all remember when President Bush was the worst president we've ever had? Those were good times. Good times. Really miss those. Really miss those. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all mad that he was reading to kids when the tower struck. This man is literally golfing during a tsunami in the middle of our country, and nobody cares.
Hey, it's a lot. It's a lot. I just, like I said, I would just tell everybody, go to your state websites and just go look at the tab. For a couple $100, you can buy a house. That's the scary part.
Yeah.
Because all you got to do is pay the property tax. I mean, there's a few more pieces of paper, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And we're talking all over the country. We could end homelessness right now with the amount of homes that are vacant.
Yeah.
Think about that.
And I was
That's
talking about that on Thursday. I was like, y'all don't understand. Like, you got people out here mad and fighting and stuff like that. But we got people living on the streets, and you got literal properties that are empty and they have all the electric and the water and everything on, and you just don't have bodies in it. And, $450 million.
Yeah. Like,
$450 million is how much money they were able to come up with to build Alcatraz alligator concentration camp.
yeah.
$450 million. Do you
Yeah.
know what $450 million could do for different communities throughout the country, for the programs that they have cut? SNAP benefits, $450 million. Veterans Affairs, $450 million. The suicide hotline that they cut for the veterans, $450 million. Medicaid, $450 million. I will never let you guys forget that. The moment you say there's not funding for something, or why don't we fix this, or why don't we fix that, y'all let them spend $450 million on something that is about to sink into the swamp.
Yeah.
If that wasn't a throwaway of money, I don't know what is. And that's the other part of it. If you audit that, you're not going to tell me that they actually spent the whole $450 million on that facility. And so therefore, that also lets you know that somebody pocketed a lot of money,
Yeah.
And I really wish people would start imagining Trump as a black man.
No. I'm not
No,
gonna
I
do that.
do. Would you let him get away with this if he was black? Start imagining him as a black man and listening to the things that he's saying, and then think he is your president. Would you continue to let this man do this? Start imagining Trump as a woman. It's only because he is a middle-aged white, not middle-aged, geriatric age white man
There
that
you
you
go.
guys are letting him get away with this. But if you looked at him in any other way, if you closed your eyes and let him speak this rhetoric he was speaking, and you saw a brown person, or you saw a woman with ovaries, if you saw a person with ovaries, if you saw anything other than a geriatric white male, would you be okay with this? The answer is no. And we know the answer is no, because more than once we've seen influencers go into the field and say things and blame it on Obama, and then correct themselves and be like, oh no, that was actually Trump. And then the people are like, oh, well, no, if Trump did it, it's fine. No, it wasn't fine when you thought Obama did it. It's only fine because he looks like what you want to be the representation of this America. But y'all, he's going to represent y'all ass into a damn fire.
Well, my thing
Y'all
is,
going to hell.
you got to think about it. The moral compass of the United States has been in question from the day we were brought here.
Right.
So,
because we were brought here with whom? Who did they send over first?
well, they sent over white folks first, but they couldn't do the work.
No, what white folks? This was
Which
kind of
white
like
folks?
this was this
We
was
were
kind of
here. We
like
were already here.
no this
Only
when
a small
they
percentage of people.
started shipping people over here from England, it almost was just a little bit like Australia. They didn't send their best and brightest over here first.
No, they sent
They
their
sent
criminals,
criminals.
they sent criminals, and they sent the criminal element
Yeah.
here. And I'm not.
We
No,
didn't
I'm
land
not.
on
No,
Plymouth
no.
Rock.
No, it's just
Plymouth Rock landed on us.
you gotta take into account this country was built on criminality.
Yeah, exactly.
And if my great grandmother was here, she would be rolling over in her grave several times over because she's native, like truly native. So when she would talk to me as a young man, I'm reading this stuff and researching these things, and it's like, okay, like what can I do to combat it? The only thing that we can actually do as a people is come together. Here's the problem: we're not coming together anytime soon. As far as when we're having bullshit debates on and YouTube channels that are totally dedicated to the separation of man and woman, especially black man and black women. So until that ends, it just it's a nasty place to be. At the same time, there's no other place that I would rather be.
Yeah. So this guy
Crazy. It's crazy.
on TikTok said something the other day, and I was like, "Ugh, he's right." And I wish I could. I just got to figure out a way. He was like, "We can't be that scared." He was like, "We literally come from people who left their country with dollars to come to America to start over with nothing." He was like, "Why are you afraid to leave America and go start your life somewhere else?" He was like, "Our ancestors were brave enough to leave wherever they were from with nothing on their backs and just come try to start." And a part of me is like, yeah, I get the premise of what you're saying, but it also sounds very hypocritical, because we're leaving our country to go do the exact same thing that we're kicking other people out of our country for doing. How dare you think that it's okay for us to do it and have the mindset that this other country should accept us with open arms? This other country should let us come into their country and take all of their jobs. This country should let us come and raise the cost of living and everything else for them. But you are literally mad enough that it's happening in your country that you want to basically start enslaving other people again. And if you think I'm lying about enslavement, go back and listen to what your president just said about how we can start having the farmers be responsible for the detainees and the workers, and they can just own them, as far as that, these his words, and he did use the word own. I'm
Yeah,
not putting that
I
in
heard
there.
him. I heard him. I mean, my thing is, it's like, this is another reason why brothers and sisters need to get out of the system. Anytime that you get put on probation or you do any state or federal time, you are in the system. You have no rights. I know it's easy for me to sit here and say it. I'm sitting here with Sunshine, and y'all can send y'all messages to bigrelease@gmail if you got a problem with it. I'm just speaking facts. Once you are in the system, you are a slave. Period. Whatever they choose to do to you, you have to take it. Now,
You have no choice.
you have no choice. So, like I said, in other words, combating this has to come. We have to come together. Like, it's not even up for debate anymore. Matter of fact, the friends of mine that I had just a few years ago, if they ain't on the same page, they're no longer friends of mine.
Yeah, that's where I stand as well. I've let it be known to a couple of people that, I have no problem letting you know that I am judging you out loud. Like, if this is still your choice to defend and to find reasons where you can justify why this person being president still makes sense to you, I absolutely have nothing else I want to talk to you about. Because at the core of your being, you have absolutely no empathy for other people. If you don't have empathy for other people, there is nothing that I can do with you. There's nothing I want to do with you personally. And it's sad that something like who you voted for could end a relationship, but at the same time, standing 10 toes down on what you believe in is very important. And I promise you, if a person is willing to, eventually it'll get to you. Eventually their ugliness will come across across you. It will.
Yeah.
It will.
Because the bigger agendas that not even the president has in store for us, like those particular, we'll just call them certain families, if you will. Some of these particular families that actually run the country, and some of these large corporations that we talked about, like BlackRock, Farmec, that own
Masano.
that own the world. Yeah, like these particular groups and families, the DuPonts and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
These particular groups and families do not care about your feelings, ain't worried about the next generation in your family. They're not worried about the generation and you and your friend group. They don't care nothing about you going to brunch. So whenever we get past this mindset of I gotta get mine, that was what was that the late 90s? I gotta get mine, you better get yours. That mentality is like, okay, what about us as a collective? Not everybody can afford to move to Ghana. Not everybody can
Right.
afford to move to Ethiopia or Eritrea or Sierra Leone. Some of these places that people seen the news and they think, oh, well, this is going on there. I wouldn't want to move there anyway. But the fact of the matter is, not even I'm not even talking about degreed and educated people. People who have skills like you, Sunshine, you could go to some of these places and they would make you a producer of maybe a television show just because of your skill set that you have. These things that we overlook and we don't really think about necessarily as far as the individual of the skills that we actually have, like management, sales, things like that. Our brothers and sisters back on the homeland, they are looking for these people and they will pay to bring you and your entire family there. So it's like, at
But
what point?
the issue is that you've been so Americanized.
Yeah.
That going over there for a lot of us is a culture shock. And a lot of people go over there, and I think that that American entitleism brings them issues.
Yeah.
I think that there's definitely a group of people who that would work for, but the mass exodus that people are talking about as far as, wanting, I want to leave America and stuff like that. They have a 6th grade education. They have no empathy. They have no emotional cognitive reasoning. They have, and to go to a completely different country and to be able to survive and to be able to integrate into that country and to be a product of society for a lot of Americans would be extremely difficult. When Trump talks about, we're only taking the criminals and things like that, let's be honest. Don't nobody want anybody coming out of the bayou of Louisiana. Don't nobody, don't laugh. Don't laugh, because you knew exactly what you just thought about. Don't nobody want nobody coming from the bottom of Alabama. Don't nobody want nobody coming. Like, they not about to scoop up y'all. We're gonna go somewhere else. And you, sir, you've never left your zip code.
They ain't been out of the county.
Right. And you think you're going to go to another country and be able to integrate and live in that country and be able to be a part of their customs and their religions and their, open your mind for that. You can't even do that here in this country with these people. That's why I hate when people say that. They be like, I'm going to go live somewhere else. Boo, you can't get along with your mama. What makes you think you're going to go to another country and get along with their culture and their customs? You're not even willing to watch, you know what I'm saying, Animal Planet or BBC. You don't know anything that's going on in these other countries. And you talking about y'all want to go leave and move somewhere else. Y'all still make fun of Canadians. Like, for real, how you think you're going to move somewhere else? You make fun of Canadians.
Oh my God. No, the funny thing is, we're sitting there laughing about it because you know the stats and I know the stats, and it's like it's a real thing, and we know some of these people, and it's like, bro, you ain't never been out the state.
Right.
You don't have
what
a
do you mean you
passport.
gonna leave? I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna live in Ghana. Spell Ghana. Spell Ghana.
What
Because if you
language
spell
do they
it
speak?
Ghana, you can't move there.
Ghana. Gonna. It ain't I'm gonna, nigga. Oh. Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
You want to move to different countries, but you've been propagandized. It's a word. Look it up. You've been propagandized to believe that over in Africa they really living in huts, that they
Hell
don't have
no.
no electricity. That,
No.
you know what I'm saying? Like you don't even realize that they've got whole cities and make more money and malls and all kind of stuff. Like you can't even function here in America, right? And you think you gonna go to somebody else and you just gonna pack all your stuff up and go to somebody else's country. I think our ancestors that did that, they had more common sense than we do. And not to forget that a lot of y'all are on drugs, that when you go to the other countries those drugs aren't available. And I'm not talking about just about recreational drugs. I'm also talking about pharmaceuticals. It's a lot of y'all that are really dependent upon certain drugs, and y'all gonna go to another country, and I promise you, that drug ain't gonna be available.
Or better yet, it'll be free. It'll be available. It'll be available. That's the
Some
scary
of y'all
part.
is wilding. I don't know what is wrong with me while I have to keep turning this heat on and off. I like it on me, but then I get a little hot flash, and then I don't want it on me.
It's
I
health
don't.
healthcare alone would have our little 11 to 13% of the Black or African American population move to some of these places that we're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
because in a lot of these places healthcare is free and they're actually better doctors and they look like us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scary part. But a lot of these brothers and sisters we talking about, they ain't left the county. Ain't thought about, like, there's more people leaving California and Arizona. There's, was it 1.8 million people have moved to Mexico. And we're not talking
Oh,
about Mexicans.
we gonna talk about that today because they rioting. The Mexicans started rioting on 4th of July. They started what? They said y'all gringos gotta go. We supposed to be talking about that today. I don't even think I have time. I'm gonna have to save this for another show, because I see what time it is and I'm not gonna be able to get to everything. This was a conversational show and I needed it today. But hey, I'll post it on my Instagram. They out there, they said y'all done came out here. Not only did y'all come out here, y'all raising the price of rent, y'all gentrifying our neighborhoods, y'all putting businesses and we can't come in, we can't do stuff. Y'all talking about like y'all trying to gentrify Mexico. They up there chanting, "Go back to your country," to the white folks
Yeah,
in Mexico. They
exactly.
telling them,
And
"Go back to your country. You ain't gonna keep
they
coming over
need
here
and they
gentrifying
need
us."
to. And they need to, because
And
it's
they
happening.
absolutely need to. They
It's
absolutely need
happening.
to. Y'all done came in here and spring break and sprung break y'all ass for way too long. Take y'all ass back home. Stop spring breaking. And it's always the same people. It's the boomers. It's the boomers. That's exactly who it is. When Big Red comes back, we'll bring him back in. It's the boomers. They're coming in there and they're just taking over. But this is something that I wanted to say to y'all, or I just at least wanted it to just be thought about, right? So we were talking earlier about how, the first people that they sent over were criminals and stuff like that, whatever. Like, just hear me out. On Ellis Island in New York City, there is a statue. This statue has become the symbol of our country. This statue is the symbol of America. Okay? When people keep talking about we don't want immigrants this, we don't want immigrants that, this statue welcomed boatloads of immigrants into our country. And I think sometimes because you might not know it, you don't think about this. But think about this when you're talking about we don't want immigrants in our country. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest toast to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Why is it okay for them to be boated in from European countries and to be welcomed? But those huddled masses that are tired and poor, that are walking with their children, trying to escape situations and countries that are in peril, looking for a better life, why are we not welcoming them through our borders? Why is it that we only want certain people? And you need to ask yourself that. If you find it that it's okay that you came in on a boat through Ellis Island, that you are welcomed. But if you walked through the doggone strait or through the Rio Grande, that you're not, you might need to ask yourself what prejudice you're having, because there's no difference between the two. There's absolutely no difference between the two. There's no difference between that Italian man who came over here and that Hispanic man who walked over here. There's no difference between those Chinese people who came over here and those Venezuela. Do you know how fucking far Venezuela is?
Yes, I got family
If you
there.
walk from Venezuela with a bag and a child, bring your ass to my house, because I got some ribs. What? Some of y'all can't walk on a treadmill for 10 minutes.
Getting out of Caracas alone is a trek. Like I got two uncles who live in Puerto La Cruz, and it is a 12-hour flight just to Caracas. Then you have to get on a bus for 3 hours on the side of a mountain. Then you have to take another hour flight to get into Puerto La Cruz. There's no way in hell.
There's no way in it. With the kid, with two kids.
Yeah, this is all mountains and jungle.
It's no way in hell. If you can make it through that, that's just like with Cuba. Baby, if you could swim from Cuba and make it to the shores of America, baby, come on.
Yeah, without getting bit by a jellyfish or a shark.
Sending you back. You earned this.
What
know what I'm saying?
Elian can stay.
I couldn't understand why y'all wanted to send that little boy back anyway. That little boy made it
on an inner tube.
Rose didn't even let Jack make it on a doggone on a board, and Elian made it
on a whole table.
On a whole table. Let that boy come in and stay. Don't you send him back. Don't you send him back. Don't you send him back.
Drop Rose off.
You know what I mean?
Elian can stay.
Give him my address. I hook him up. So that's I see my show is not going to be what my show is supposed to be today. I'm probably going to play some music or whatever for the remainder of the last 15 minutes. But yeah, I just really wanted to have that conversation with you guys and just really ask, does it make sense to anybody else? You know what I mean? Does anybody else see the lick that's about to happen? I really wish I could put my tongue out, because this lick is going to be amazing for some people. Some people are really going to see some stuff happen. And like I said, some redistribution of wealth. But at the same time, Teacher Anitra is absolutely right. It's bad, though. It's not a good thing. It's sad. It's morally, it's repulsive, but on a this is America.
I'll say this to Anitra. Let me say this to Anitra. You, as an African American, have no reason to bring your morals to this particular fight. The reason being is our Hispanic brothers and sisters know that we support them and we back them, but at the same time, we get overlooked every time when we have atrocities and things going on with us, and we get dismissed. At least the national news is talking about this. Here's the problem. If you have an opportunity to get your 40 acres and a mule, Anitra,
get it.
Go get it. Do not let your moral compass think that you are above a real come up.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was trying to say earlier. It's not that I want to capitalize on the situation, because it's
Yes, you do.
not. It sounds horrible, but I know that if
Mm,
it's the chance for me to get my 40 acres and a mule, I want to get mine. I need some capital to go get this mule.
y'all and you look. You in Georgia. Anitra, is she in North Carolina, South Carolina?
She in the North South Carolina area.
Okay, both y'all in ground zero.
Mm-hmm.
When I say ground zero, you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Charleston,
I
South
know.
Carolina is where all this kicked off. So whenever
Mm-hmm.
we get done talking about this more, no. I want it all. I want brand new
Mm-hmm.
shirts and drawers. I want it all. I want it all. Like, and I'm not saying this for my own personal gain. I'm thinking about my family. I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking about my great grandkids,
Mm-hmm.
because they took a large portion of my great grandmother's land. Because see, back in her
Mm-hmm.
day, you couldn't be a single woman and owning property.
Right.
Not only is she Native American and African American, they just took it.
And we're
So
not
when
even gonna talk about how a lot of white men was marrying black women because they wanted to be able to get their property.
Yep.
You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying? We're not even gonna talk about that, but that's a whole different conversation when y'all be talking about
Martin Scorsese
interracial
movie, what was that?
marriages and stuff.
Under the Flower Moon. Have you seen
Say it
that?
again.
Under the Flower. I want to say it's Murder Under the Flower Moon, or it's a Leonardo DiCaprio movie. It's Martin
Mm-mm.
Scorsese. Film came out a couple years ago. That movie is about my great grandmother would have been. I don't know if she would have been offended. I just know that it would have been painful for her to watch.
Mm.
That movie is about all these Native American women, and these white men were killing them, marrying them, then killing them so that they could get their property rights. This is
Mm.
all throughout the state of Oklahoma, and it's all factual.
Mm.
It's
Yep.
all factual.
I believe it. I
Just
believe it. Like I said, once you start doing your own research into history, you start feeling some kind of way.
Yeah.
You
Oh
start,
yeah.
that's probably like I can't just it make my soul itch, because I promise you, I know too much. What
I
they
wish
say, the more you know, the worse it gets.
Yeah. I mean, be totally honest with you, Sunshine. All hustle, no fear, family. Look, I think I had my heart attack because of all the shit that I'm carrying in my head.
Mm-hmm. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You look good.
I worked out last night. I'm feeling oh girl, the six pack is it's
Shut
almost
up.
there. Look, it's almost there. Look.
Shut up.
Look. I'm gonna put my little duo out, kill him with the show.
You know what? You know what?
Yeah. So if I'm able to
You
pop
keep it
out
up, I'ma
from
send
Los Angeles
Anitra
to
on
Vegas,
you.
look,
I'ma send
good. You need to
Anitra on
come on
you.
over here. Come on over here, girl. You ain't going back. You ain't going back to North South Carolina. You're gonna be right here in the show me state. Yes, Lord.
You know her daughter just graduated from high school and she on her way to college, so you know Anitra got an empty nest now.
Yeah. You better quit playing with me. You better quit playing with me.
Like I said, I just want to be the flower girl at somebody's wedding. If somebody decide to get married and they know me, please let me be the flower girl. I'm not
Just
throwing petals. I'm throwing bottles of liquor. I'm throwing I'm throwing out $5 bills. Hey, you want a $5 bill? Let me see you shake it. Shake it. Hey, I promise you, I'm dancing down the aisle. We gonna let me be your flower girl.
the reception would be lit. What you talking about? I'm Anitra ain't working no more. She ain't working no more.
You know what? I'm done with you. You got anything you want to tell the people? Anything, any, because I promise you, my news cycle for today was about to be really good, and I'll probably just save it for Thursday if Stoner doesn't come in. But there was a black man in Kansas City who got arrested for laughing while black. He got arrested for laughing too loud. Guess where he was at?
Where?
A comedy show. Yeah, that happened. The Flint the the ah 11 years after the Flint River crisis, the pipes have officially been fixed. So we're going to talk about that.
Don't let them. They ain't all been fixed.
Yeah.
I
Like I
got
said, we're going to
people.
talk about it.
Yeah, I got people
We're going
there.
to talk
And
about
they
it because I
not.
guarantee you the neighborhoods that we in probably aren't as fixed as the neighborhoods that they're in, huh? Yeah.
Exactly.
We're also going to talk about I was going to talk about the tourist influx in Mexico and how they are rioting, but I will be posting about that on my social media before I even get a chance to talk about it because I'm all for it. I say kick them gringos out. I'm also was going to talk about the store closings with Kroger. Kroger is closing 60 locations, and so we were going to talk about it adding to the food deserts in certain communities and how the impact of that. Also, there was a teacher that was arrested and charged with giving kids out giving kids alcohol, calling them little shits, and making them dance the Macarena in class.
Please be white. Please be white. I
Black
know
folks don't know the words to
sunshine,
Macarena.
you're a radio personality. I don't need you saying that, but please let this woman be white. Please.
Black folks don't know all the words to Macarena. All we know is
Macarena
Macarena. Hey Macarena. That's all we know. Also going to talk about Shonda Rhimes and her TV show The Residents. It's been canceled after one season on Netflix. And I just really wanted to talk to Netflix and all of these other streaming platforms about all of these really great shows that you guys are starting, and you're not giving us the multiple seasons of some of these shows. And it's really disheartening because sometimes, the shows that suck, you guys keep giving them more and more episodes. I give you an example. Why would you cancel The Residents after one season, but y'all had Big Mouth on for like 9 seasons? I only got through one season of Big Mouth, and after that, there was no need to go through this, keep watching this show. Like, I get it. It's stupid, right? Whatever. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't. But there's some really, really good shows on, and that's why I refuse to pay for Netflix, because y'all do the dumbest crap like this. I don't know if you ever saw this show, The Residents.
I only saw a couple episodes of it.
The black girl who was the detective.
Yeah, I never got attached to it because I never devoted enough time to it. But
go back and rewatch it. Go back and try to watch it. It's very well written. You go to the very end before you figure out, like, it took forever for me to figure out who the actual killer was. And usually I'm like, oh yeah, I already know who did it. Like, I've already picked up on what the writer's getting down. Sandra Rhimes is amazing.
Great producer, great writer. And she's on top of her
while
game.
We're at it, all y'all crack-ass crackers, and I'm saying it like that on purpose. I'm not talking to my white brethren and sisterin who are down for the cause. I'm talking about you crack-ass crackers who always be making Marvel movies bad or give them low scores because they got women as the lead or they got black people as the lead in the show or whatever. Y'all can't have everything, okay? But Ironheart is good.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, I binged it. It's only 6 episodes. Pissed off. Because why y'all only do 6 episodes of this?
Because it's
why
a
y'all
tester.
only do 6 episodes?
Because
the Accolade. The Star Wars show, The Accolade.
Yeah.
Great show. Why y'all stop doing that? The Mandalorian. I'm waiting on another season of The Mandalorian. That's not even black, but still. Like, y'all keep starting new shows when y'all have good shows on your plate that you can just feed us more of. Like,
it's supply and demand. Supply and demand. The same thing that's going on in the markets with these houses is the same thing that's going on in Hollywood. I have several friends who are writers and actual producers in LA. They don't have talent scouts anymore. They haven't had talent scouts since 2009. So when they have the writers, straight, but think about what I'm saying. So what they do is they produce these certain shows that come from an idea from a brand that's already known. Let's say Marvel. They will give them a test shot, and Netflix will buy the rights for that moment. So they might get 6, maybe 8. If they're really pushing it and they like the idea, they might give them 10. It'll be a whole nother 16 to 18 months before they produce another season if there's enough demand for it. So when we have
this show was number one. This show was the demand is there. These shows are shown. Okay, Lovecraft Country.
How much did it cost
That was
to make?
another one. The show was great. It was
Yes.
trend. It was getting high scores, but yet you still canceled it.
Yeah. Because once they reach a certain point, as far as the ratings that they're getting, and if the show has any type of backdoor sponsorship, then you go from a few $1 million to make it. The cast the contracts come up, they have to re-up, and if 1 star or 2 stars does not re-up at a certain price point, this is where you get into bidding wars, and then this is when shows dissolve. That's going on right now in Hollywood. That's been going on for the past 6 years.
Wednesday didn't come back, and that was a good show as well.
Yes, Wednesday's supposed to be coming back.
Okay,
they're supposed to be in the works for a season right now. So I'm with you because there's a few shows that I'm like I like anime myself, like Blue Eye Samurai. That show is people have been waiting on the next season for 2 years at this point. There's certain things that I don't watch a lot of TV, but when I do, the shows that I like, I'll check out the shows that you mentioned. But I'm saying like they before you know it, they're here. Population loves it, and then they'll end up canceling, and they'll say it's production cost.
Right. And it just feels like some of the shows that, like somebody was saying The Chi is doing really good. And I watched a couple of seasons of The Chi, and it wasn't something I can hold on to for long periods of time. It seems like the ones that without being that person, but it seems like the ones that don't fall into the stereotypical Black people or the stereotypical mind frame or whatever are the ones that don't last long. And that's just disheartening sometimes. But I don't know. We were gonna talk about that, but Bri got fired. They lost that show, but it's a good one. Yeah. I personally, guess what I'm binge watching right now?
What's that?
Living Single. Binge watching the hell out of Living Single right now. I promise you, Overton Wakefield Jones III is the sexiest man on this planet right now. The way he loved that woman, loved me like that.
Look,
OB.
All I'm saying is like you're talking about shows that I watch, and I literally have like I'm looking at my television and my entertainment center. Like I literally have DVDs of all those.
I'm telling you. The
Living Single, Martin.
I go back and rewatch the old ones. I can't really watch these new shows no more. And then I watch a lot of cartoons. I met this lady the other day, and I was telling her how I love Kung Fu Panda, and I watch Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, and 3 back to back to back. And she was like, "Why do you like Kung Fu Panda so much?" And I was like, "Because all it is talking about imposter syndrome, being true to yourself, overcoming your fears, living in your best life, being the person that you meant to be." I said it's got so many Confucius type statements in it that I have to go write down in my journal and meditate on. Same thing with Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And then honestly, I just rewatched all of the original Jurassic Parks too.
That's what's up. I'm not mad at you. I literally got cussed out by my sister who came to visit just a few days ago because I have yet to let the boys watch the new Lion King, and I'm like, they not watching the new Lion King because I don't like King. I'm talking about with Beyonce and all them other people up in there. They not watching that. We're not doing that. Look.
The only Lion King that we watch is the one with the little white boy and the little black boy that played Simba. And if you don't understand what I mean, JT Thomas, Jonathan Taylor Thomas was the voice of the Lion King, and our good sir, what's it called? It sang the music. What's his name? The little black boy. Well, he not young no more. He old as
Jason
hell.
Weaver.
Jason Weaver. That Jason,
Yes.
who a master class needs to be taken on Jason Weaver's mom and what she did for him and the Lion
He
King.
was on the floor.
Yeah, I
You
see
what's
it.
on
I see
I
it.
know you see it. Look, I let this hair out. Look, I am Mufasa.
But you know about Jason Weaver's Lion King contract, right?
Yeah, I know his mom negotiated that whole deal.
Yeah, a master class needs to be taken on that, because that woman made sure she said, nah, we don't want to get paid like that. We want to get royalties for his lifetime and lifetime of this movie. Anytime y'all re-release Lion King, Jason Weaver get a check. He said that's the best check that he get. That is his best residual check. I bet it is.
We know it is.
I bet it is.
Jason Weaver ain't getting no checks from ATL.
But you know who else did that too? And was really smart?
Who?
Old boy with Star Wars. My brain is saying James Cameron, but James Cameron didn't do Star Wars. James Cameron did Avatar. George Lucas. There you go. George Lucas.
No, but George Lucas,
he said he wanted
flipped it,
royalties off of the like the toys and all of the merchandise and
memorabilia.
stuff.
Yeah, the merchandise
Right.
and
And
memorabilia.
so who would have known Star Wars merchandise would be what it is? James Cameron won on that.
But you got to remember, James Cameron is not James Cameron, but George Lucas is.
Yeah, I keep saying James Cameron. George Lucas. I'm sorry.
George Lucas is down for the cause, though.
Yeah, he is. He got a black wife and everything.
His wife is the one who negotiated that.
A master class on black women negotiators.
She negotiated that.
A master class on black women negotiators, for real.
Yeah,
because Jalen Hurts,
checks wasn't doing it.
His black woman manager, she got him good too.
Yeah, that's
them
like
black women. They master negotiators.
Come on now, you got to be. You walking into that boardroom full of sharks. Come on now.
Yeah.
I need this woman who's a dolphin to come on in here with me. Come on in here with me.
Because I'm not leaving without a meal. Yeah. If you going into a room with sharks, you better get you an orca.
Holla. I got it on right now. Orca Bob. Look.
You better get you an orca.
Orca
and again, Bob. You gotta know some things to understand the jokes on All Hustle No Fear. Because these is the most intelligent jokes you gonna hear. This is like, what's that show? Not Seinfeld. Yeah, it's like Seinfeld. This is one of the smartest shows.
All day. Poofy shirt.
I'm not Joe Budden. I might not be Lamont Hill, but I damn sure ain't Joe Budden.
Oh, Lord help us all.
Nope. You call me and say that. Don't you say that on air, because I saw your whole brain. You call me. Oh, y'all. It's time for me to get out of here. This is All Hustle No Fear on Hits 92.3. Before we go, Big Red, go ahead. You are definitely an All Hustle No Fear correspondent. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, where they can follow you, and how they can get in contact with you if need be.
All Hustle No Fear people, our family here, we love you all. We'll be back up in August 12th. We'll be back up as far as consultations and taking on new classmates. Hit me at bigredleads@gmail. That will come directly to me.
You got scholarships?
We stopped the scholarship program last year.
I might need a scholarship.
You might just need to come on in. I'll just bring you on a call. Then we show you how we run sales calls. But
I definitely would like to sit in. I'm stop bullshitting. 2025 has been hard on everybody, and I think it's made everybody make some life decisions. So
I mean, YouTube will be back up, but like, Yeah, reach out to me directly, BigRelease@gmail. If I don't reach out to you directly, my two assistants will. Trust me, they're good sisters. They're gonna be on top of you. So do not come if you're not ready.
I think I'm ready.
I ain't talking about you.
Oh, yeah.
You already got your free end. Like
Yeah,
you gonna be my last scholarship. I'm gonna make a multi-millionaire.
I might be your best. I might be your best success story though.
Okay. We got some big boys up in there.
I might be your best success story though.
I'm hoping you are.
Yeah.
I know you can be. And I might have somebody for you as far as a mentor in the radio space for you.
I appreciate that. All right, that's what's up.
Yeah, he's in terrestrial radio. Matter of fact, he's on Stevie Wonder's KBLA.
Okay. All right. Well, his screen just went out again. I'm gonna call him privately and we're gonna talk. But you guys, thanks for tuning in to All Hustle No Fear today. I know that sometimes the show isn't necessarily what you signed up for, and I just I do different conversations, but that was on my heart and I just really wanted to talk about it. I thought it was a good conversation, something to really dive into, and that's exactly what this show is all about. So I will be seeing you guys later. This is All Hustle No Fear on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. And here goes some music to get you guys out of here. All right, let's see what I'm gonna play. Here we go. Here's some Joey H. See you guys later. Bye.
My name is Joey H. This is the headband, and this is our submission for Tiny Desk. This song is called Tour Bus, and I wrote this about taking this all over the world and where music can take us. Tricked out my tour bus, tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus, tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus, tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out, tricked out, tricked out. I tricked out, I tricked out, I tricked out. I tricked out, I tricked out, I tricked out. Yeah. Dan Ron Shoddy, I dare someone to stop me. Dare someone to jump and I throw it home. Spinning full of winners, hit the map on my mobile phone. Paradise the extra, we can stop cause we very close. Shaking hands with a fan on the west coast. They ask, am I nervous and for rap what I want most? Anxiously, I smile and laugh. Try to think about an answer. It's basically like, I want it all. I need the rain to flee. Been under dark clouds so much it's been a pain to see. Patient, but I'm 28. I'm pacing around the question. Bro, I need some payments, G, back to it. I'm like, man, I just wanna live. Show the world to my girl and our future kids. So I'm on road, got a show to kill, moves to make. He bought a tea and said, good luck, I know you're making life. Tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out, tricked out, tricked out. I tricked out, I tricked out, I tricked out. I tricked out. Woo! True story, started this record back in 17. Rapping about everything I never seen. Tried to write it down so I could make it happen. Then me and Mike on flights to Denver for the tour of madness. Now that is magic, should've stayed with all is possible. So watch your every move, it's only right I gotta prove. Believe is right, I mean these people with OTs. From my 40 days of sleep of faith. Started with these writings just to formulate a better life for me and mine. It's been a climb, but we still going. Thankful for every moment, glad we make it every morning. Now we rewarded for the free shows we prayed on. These C notes, one dive in my wallet like free throws. I prayed to this. Now this time here, feel like the greatest. Years later, we still singing the same. Taking risks, catalogs and passion. And remember when we happened to trick out my tour bus. Tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out my tour bus. Yeah. Tricked out my tour bus. 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 Let's rock. Tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out. I tricked out. Tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out. I tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out, tricked out, tricked out. I tricked out, I tricked out, I tricked out. I tricked out, I tricked out, I tricked out. Woo! Tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. Thank you.
Decatur, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington, McDonough, and all surrounding areas. Something Special Bar and Lounge presents Music Bingo and Karaoke. That's right, you heard me. Music Bingo and Karaoke every Wednesday at Something Special Bar and Lounge. On the 1 and 2s, we got DJ P. Not to mention, we got the host with the most, Kells. We got drink specials, plus the full kitchen, seafood dip, salmon bites, sweet heat wings, jerk chicken egg roll. From 5 to 7 is our happy hour. Mix and match, 2 items, looking for good vibes, delicious drinks, delicious food. Something Special Bar and Lounge, 1377 Old McDonough Highway, Conyers, Georgia. The best spot on the east side. Express lunch on the go. Not to mention now open for lunch from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Something Special Bar and Lounge.